Hey everyone, Joe up here with another video on Fantasy Life Online. In this video we're going to be covering the story mode, which is sort of the main mode they funnel you through in. So you've got, if you look at the story menu here, we've got main story, the field quests, and the god bonuses, which you get. So these ones you get as you complete each chapter. It's things like bag space, a number of helpers that can help you build stuff in the overworld, the number of times you can get resurrected, and the number of different teams you can sort of hold. I think I'm one short on this one because I haven't done the latest chapter which just got released, but yeah, that's what that is. So we'll just go into main story here. I believe this is a follow-on from the original, so you sort of, like, if you've finished the original one, this character up here will be familiar to you. If not, you don't need to worry about it too much because it's Fantasy Life Story. It's not what we're here for. So let's just get stuck into the latest chapter that dropped, which is chapter 6, which was the desert area. So they sort of break it down into, story chunks and then the actual playing part. You can see this doesn't cost any actual stamina. So yeah, this is sort of the basic format of it. Once it sort of loads, you get a bunch of dialogue boxes on the main screen here. Yeah, sort of introduce the chapter, which is all about the desert and how they're going to go search for. Actually, I don't remember what they're searching for, but there you go. Look, background stuff. That guy's called Nickel. His name's Cat. I don't know why. Actually, I probably do. I feel like I probably knew when I played the story, but it's... I don't know. I don't know who this story's for because there's no Furigana, so it's like quite hard to read for kids, but it's just so basic. I don't know who the story's for, but alright. Here's an actual quest you get. So you get 6 of the premium currency and it's about 10 stamina to roll. So for reference, you get 6 for doing this, 2 for each step. A roll for gear is 350 and a roll for people is 400. So look at that. Alright, so I've got too much stuff. That's just a warning about my bag size, and it's like, who cares? So the difference between this mode and some of the other modes is that it will not... Oh, in this mission it does give you the option of looking at your entire team. Sometimes it will force you to have other characters from the story itself. But anyway, let's just get stuck into it here. Alright, so one of the big differences that the story mode has versus, say, the field mode single player is that you get stuck into these cutscenes that we're talking about, like, oh, the desert and let's go find stuff. So we're going to skip this, but you can see how the areas are partitioned off because it's significantly cheaper than, say, a field quest, which will cost 3 times the stamina. You're really railroaded here. So I'm going to turn auto attack on. So yeah, I don't think the objectives are that different to the 3DS version. It's a lot of basic run here, kill this person, run here, chop down this tree, run here, start this other cutscene. I don't know, it's alright, it's serviceable. You sort of have to do it to get your maximum stamina and all the rewards up. But it's not the worst thing, and if you're skipping through the cutscenes, it's alright. Alright, so that would be step 1. So then, if we were to die here, for example, we could pick it up immediately from this point in future runs, which doesn't really matter at this point in the game once I've done a whole bunch of multiplayer events, but if you're just sort of going through the story at the clip they probably want you to, I did struggle a little bit. And yeah, if you play the original, this map is probably familiar to you as well. Yeah, so what kind of mark is this? And it's like, who cares? Let's just go in. Occasionally, look, I'm playing this mode for the first time, or this chapter rather, but occasionally they'll sort of take you out into a wave-based thing or a boss thing on new maps, but there is a lot of this that goes on. So yeah, it's a lot of run here, kill these people, cutscene, next mission. And if you're a level 5 diehard, you might notice that a couple of the dudes in my party are actually from Yokai Watch, because there was a Yokai Watch event not too long ago, and they're among the best guys I've got. So I tend to run them a lot, which is cool that they have collabs like that. That's not particularly uncommon among phone games, but, you know, it's still a cool touch either way. Alright, let's go to the last one here. Yeah, so we've done the second part of it, and I guess it's taking us to this last bit here. Alright. Oh yeah, we're gonna help this lady. Look, the story in this game blends together, but I'm pretty sure in this version we're looking for a bunch of brave people, and then I think there are 4 of them, and then this chapter might be the last one, which presumably is her, but in case you hadn't picked up on it, I'm not exactly super thrilled, super jazzed on the story, but, you know, this still plays like Fantasy Life, which was enough to keep me going for the however long I played it. And you can see, even though I'm on Wi-Fi, I'm sitting less centimeter away from my router. You do kind of get stuck into some weird loading things, and if you're on like a train or something, it does get a bit tedious and breaks the flow there. But there you go, we did it either way. That's a look at an actual story mission. So yeah, we finished what, chapter 1 of, or part 1 of chapter 6, and then it'll come back. It's got the. Actually, I don't remember when that music was definitely in the first one. I can't remember exactly when, because I've sort of played this one so much more at this point. But there, you hit the story mode currency button, which is sort of irrelevant in this mode because it's only going to give you enough to progress anyway, because it's very linear, and then it will take us to the next story beat. So yeah, story mode sort of works like that. It goes like story, game, but then in the game you have a lot more talking anyway, so it's a lot slower pace than some of the other modes. But you know, there's what, 6 chapters, and this is like, you know, they're roughly all that length, if not shorter. So that's a look at the main story mode of Phantasy Star, or Fantasy Life Online, I should say. In the next videos we'll talk about maybe field quests and some of the other single player modes, and maybe multiplayer in some future videos. So thanks very much for watching. If you'd like me to cover any other JP iOS games or any other Japanese games on consoles, please leave me a comment. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.